Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 30-minute time frame, because I want to be very clear before I dive into this analysis today, guys. Obviously, right now on the lower time frames, we are technically still in a downtrend. So I wanted to start the video off with this because in this video, I will be talking about some ideas that are likely the opposite of what everyone else is saying in the market at the moment. Okay, but please take all of it with a decent pinch of salt, because technically speaking, we are still just in a downtrend on the lower time frames. Now, with that out of the way, I wanted to start off on this 4-hour time frame and just take a look at what the hell happened yesterday, because we saw a massive crash to the downside from about 120k all the way to 100,000 on some exchanges. So I quickly want to go back in the charts here and take a look at the warning signals that we saw ahead of time, see what we can learn from that, and then after that, we're going to look at what we should be expecting next for Bitcoin. Okay, so starting off right here, we first had a bearish divergence in the charts, which is when you have higher highs in the Bitcoin price and lower highs in the RSI momentum indicator. Typically, this already points towards choppy sideways price action or potentially bearish momentum. After that, we broke this uptrend and we broke this uptrend at the same time. So that was another bearish confirmation signal. From there, we kind of started chopping sideways a little bit. And as you may remember, if you watched my videos over the last week or so, while we were trading in here, we were basically just waiting for this choppy sideways price action to end with either a break below 121k, roughly speaking, or seeing some kind of break of this descending trend line, followed by then possibly a move above 125k to enter into price discovery once again. Now, as you can see right here, we got a rejection from this descending trend line, followed by a break of that level of support. So this is once again another bearish confirmation signal at that time. Now then, the nail in the coffin here was this massive longer term ascending trend line, which we then also broke down below, and this is once again a bearish confirmation. So I saw a lot of things on Twitter over the last 24 hours of people saying like, yeah, there's no way that anyone could have seen this coming. And of course, on the channel, guys, we weren't talking about moves all the way down here or something like that, but we were already bearish before this massive crash to the downside even happened in the first place, because the signs were already there in the charts regardless of that news coming out. Now, before I move on to the analysis of what we should be expecting next here for Bitcoin, I quickly wanted to point at these arrows and basically ask you guys the question, should I be starting to use these arrows more often when we get a bearish or a bullish confirmation? Please let me know if you do want me to include these arrows whenever we do get the bearish or bullish confirmation, and I may incorporate it in my videos in the future to simply make it extra clear. Now let's dive into this Bitcoin analysis of what we should be expecting next. Now, once again, to be extra clear, guys, obviously I'm not like super bullish on Bitcoin right now, because on basically every time frame we are technically just in a downtrend, except on these higher time frames where we are yet to get the bearish confirmations, right? Of course, the price action has been very bearish here in the short term, but we don't have a confirmation yet of a new downtrend actually starting. So for example, if we want to confirm a new downtrend on this higher time frame, what we want to look for is a lower low being created here, followed by a lower high, so a high below this one right here. And then from there, as soon as we break below this previous low, guys, this is the technical confirmation of a new downtrend actually starting. Like until then, guys, right now we are technically still in an uptrend on this 1-day time frame, simply because we haven't gotten any candle closes below this previous low yet. And if we do get candle closes below this previous low, like I said, we need to get more price action and lower lows, lower highs being created before we can actually technically call this a downtrend. So hopefully for the beginners that are new to the channel, maybe I didn't dive too deep into the market structure. If you want to learn the basics of technical analysis, I highly recommend just checking out my free trading course on rt1m.com. Here I explain all of this with regards to market structure, indicators, different type of candles, just all this basic technical analysis stuff that I cover in my videos here. Just go ahead and check it out on my website because it will save all of us a lot of time, right? Now finally, coming to the point why I said take whatever I say in this video with a grain of salt is because I am actually completely open to the possibility that we are about to get some kind of major reversal here. On the higher time frames, like I said, we don't have the bearish confirmations yet. Even this 2-day time frame, if over the next 3 hours or so we simply hold above 109k, then we get the candle close above, and this could even just look pretty bullish. Holding this as a level of support and then getting a strong bounce off of there wouldn't be a crazy idea, right? Once again, on the 3-day time frame as well, we could simply just see a bounce off of here as well, and on the 3-day time frame that wouldn't look completely crazy. Now, the points of invalidation are simply breaking down below 110k with candle closes on the 3-day time frame, and on the 2-day time frame, it is simply if we get a candle close below 109k, that would start to look pretty bearish as well on this 2-day time frame. So understand that there is a difference between the different time frames here. I'm simply saying though that I am open to the possibility of seeing a reversal in this upcoming week here, instead of saying, yeah, we have absolutely entered into the bear market at this moment in time. Now, normally this is the moment when I dive into the Bitcoin liquidation heat map and show you guys all of this stuff. But really, there's not much to show you. We simply took out all of the liquidity to the downside, most of it sitting at 107k. And right now, there's mostly just some liquidity left to the upside at 126k. That's all on the higher time frames. If I take a look at the 24-hour time frame, for example, we do have a large amount of liquidity sitting at 113.3k. So that could potentially be an area of interest in the case that we start breaking some downtrends on the lower time frames. Either way, this has been today's market update. Don't forget to check out my free trading course on rt1m.com if you want to learn the basics of technical analysis. And lastly, feel free to let me know if you want me to use these arrows more often whenever we do get some kind of bearish confirmation or some kind of bullish confirmation. Either way, this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.